Hi guys, Vaughn here. Today we are going to go over something that I think is very, very interesting. And that is 3 stocks that you should pay very close attention to during this financial crisis. Because chances are these stocks will go right back up after the financial crisis. Today, I'm going to be talking about the current update on what's happening in America and my thoughts on what's going to happen in the next 1 to 2 months. Then, I'm going to briefly touch on why you should be investing right now. And finally, I'm going to be talking about 3 stocks that you should be paying very close attention to during these 2 months. Alright, let's get started. So first off, a news update. President Trump just recently released an update on the social distancing policy. He says that social distancing should continue until April 30th. What does that mean for you? That means that for the next 30 days, you guys are going to be locked up in your house. Kind of. That also means that most of the businesses that you know will probably also be shut down and be in a decline. The stimulus package that was recently passed will probably help out a good amount. But that stimulus package will not make their business better. All that does is that it keeps the businesses where they are right now instead of falling deeper into the hole. In the overall picture of the stock market, and that means that the month of April will be a very, very bad month for pretty much all the stocks out there. Do I think that the stock market will go down as much as it did in the month of March? No, probably not that much. But I do think it'll go down a lot. And if the month of April is going to be a bad month, the first week of May is going to be a very, very bad week. And that is when the first quarterly report is going to come out. And every company out there is going to file a tremendous loss over the first quarter. I'm calling it now with a pretty much 99% certainty that pretty much every company out there is going to file a loss. Except for Amazon, Clorox, some medical supply companies. But every other company out there that's unrelated to the coronavirus is gonna have a loss. Okay, so before I talk about the 3 stocks, I just want to briefly touch on the reasons why I think that you should be investing in this financial crisis. So the reason why I think you should be investing in this financial crisis is because there really isn't anything wrong with the economy these days. Businesses are doing fine, and banks have probably learned their lesson from the 2008 financial crisis, and things are better than ever because of the 11-year bull run. There is really nothing fundamentally wrong with the economy right now. The only problem is that the coronavirus has practically stopped the world economy as we know it. But once this virus passes, people are going to want to go outside, right, spend their money, and businesses are going to want to pick up right where they left off. That means that there is a very good chance that stocks will go up right back to where they were before the financial crisis happened. So this is a very rare opportunity for you guys to buy these companies at a fraction of the price. And when I say fraction, I mean at least 50% off, to 75 to maybe 80% off. Get your money ready and enjoy the next few months. Now, before I continue, I just want to say that these are not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy it now or later, and I cannot guarantee that you will make money in the stock. Whatever you decide to put your money in is at your own risk. But in my opinion, whatever stock you pick now will definitely go up in the next 1 to 2 years. Especially these 3 stocks that I'm about to tell you. But please be aware that there are other stocks that can get you more profit than these 3 stocks. But the reason why I'm choosing these 3 stocks is because I know that these 3 companies will weather out this storm and they will be able to return to where they were before the financial crisis. I think that all these stocks can go up to where they were before the financial crisis happened. If not more. Just give them some time. So, let's talk about the 3 stocks that you guys should be paying attention to in the next few months. Okay, so before I talk about the 3 stocks, there are some key terms that I need to go over with you so that you understand why I'm picking these stocks. These key terms are percent drop since February 20th, amount of money if stock price return to February 20th, market cap, and profit margins is equal to net income over total revenue. The definitions, what they mean is the percent drop since February 20th. February 20th was the week before the initial stock market crash. And percent drop from it, it's pretty much how much the stock has dropped since February 20th. The next one is the amount of money if stock price returned to February 20th. This is calculated by February 20th price divided by the current price, which let's call it M. So your total money would be the amount of money invested times the multiplier, which is M. So this basically means that if you buy the stock right now and it goes back to the stock price on February 20th, you would make X times the amount of money. So if you invested $1,000 and it goes back to the original price, you would be able to be $2,000 if the coefficient of M is 2. All right. Hopefully that's not too wordy or confusing, but it'll clear up later on. Next is market cap. Market cap shows how much the company is valued at. Right? It basically shows how strong the company is. Now, profit margin ratio. Profit margin ratio is equal to net income divided by total revenue. This shows how much profit a company makes per sale. Right? Anything over 10% is good. The higher the profit margin, the better it is. Anything over 10% for large companies is pretty good. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's get started on talking about the 3 stocks. So, the first one is Boeing. Boeing is probably one of the most famous companies that you've heard throughout this whole financial crisis. The stock ticker for Boeing is BA. On February 20th, and its stock price was $336. The current price for it is $152. The current prices change every day, so I don't know what the price will be when I post this up. The percent drop since February 20th, it has dropped 55%. 55%. The amount of money if the stock price returns to February 20th is a 2.2 multiplier. What does that mean? That means that if you invest $1,000 right now at the price of $152 and it goes back to its original price on February 20th at $336, you would have $2,200. You just take the number 2.2 times whatever money you invested in. That is the total amount of money that you would get out if it goes back to the price on February 20th. A 2.2% multiplier is very, very good. So you probably won't see this again for probably another 15 to 20 years until another recession happens. The market cap is $86 billion, and that is a huge amount of money. And its profit margin ratio is at 10.3%. That means that if it brings in $100 of revenue, $10.30 of it is profit. So, which is not bad. It's pretty good. All right, and the next stock that we have is Carnival Cruise Line. The ticker symbol is CCL. On February 20th, the stock price was $42.50. Currently, right now, it is at $12.80. That means it has dropped by 70%. 70%. It dropped 70% out of freaking nowhere. So the amount of money if the stock price returned to February 20th is a 3.3 multiplier. That means that if you put $1,000 right now, buy the stock at $12.80, if it goes back to where it was on February 20th, you would make $3,300. And if you put $10,000 in there, you would be able to make $33,000. Okay? 3.3 multiplier. You just take the number that I give you here and multiply it by how much money you invested. That's how much money you would have if it goes back to its original position on February 20th. And keep in mind that there really isn't anything wrong with the economy right now. It's just that the virus has halted the world. So after this virus is over, it is very likely that these companies will go back to where it was before the virus hit. I'm not saying that it will go back right away, but it will definitely go back to where it was before within a year or two. Maybe 3, but I think it will be a year or 2. Okay. And the market cap is $9 billion. With a market cap of $9 billion, it is very unlikely that this company will go out of business anytime soon. The Carnival Cruise Line is the biggest cruise line company in the world. So if Carnival Cruise goes out of business, I'm sure that everyone else will also go out of business. You probably won't have any more cruises going around for the next decade or so. So I don't think that's going to happen. Profit margin ratio is 14%. 14% is very, very good. That means if it gets $100 in revenue, after subtracting expenses and tax, it would end up with $14. Very, very good. And the next one is MGM Grand. Right? Ticker symbol is MGM, obviously. I don't know how many of you guys are gamblers and like going to Vegas, but Vegas has been closed for the last 2 weeks. So it is pretty empty there. That's why pretty much everything in Vegas is shut down. Like the rest of the world, obviously. So, continuing on February 20th, and their stock price was $32.30. Currently, it is at $11.50. percent drop since February 20th is 64%. It has lost 64% of its value since February 20th. The amount of money if the stock price returns to February 20th, M would be equal to 2.8. So now let's give an example. So if you invest $1,000 right now into MGM at $11.50, if it goes back to its original price on February 20th, which it will eventually will, right? You will make $2,800. Right? You just multiply 2.8 and times $1,000. If you invest $10,000, you would get $28,000 when it goes back. Very, very good deal. You cannot find things that are this cheap every day. So if you have the capability, I implore you to look into these stocks and really consider it. Its market cap right now is $5.68 billion. And profit margin ratio, 15.8%. Obviously, it has a high profit margin ratio. All it does is that it takes money from people. I mean, it's stacked against you anyways. Yeah, very high profit margins. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something. At the very least, I hope you guys enjoy that. And if you guys have watched to this point, please click the like button. It would really help me out. Right? And if you have not subscribed, please click the subscribe button too. Right? Alright, thank you guys so much. I love you guys. See you guys later. Bye.
When the bell breaks, the cradle will fall, and off will come baby's head and all. I'm sorry, I put it back